What's going on, MSFers? Duelim here, and today we're going to be talking about the Brimstone reveal consisting of Doctor Strange Heartless, Elsa Bloodstone as the reworks, and 3 new characters, Daimon Hellstrom, Hellcat, and Living Mummy, a very exciting war team that's not only going to be for offense, but also for defense, so giving a little bit of agency back to the players. We've also got a new promo code at the end as well, so make sure you stick around for that. So the Brimstone team will be a war general team instead of just a war offense or war defense team, which means they're going to be more akin to things like Mercs for Money is what it seems, instead of like Liberty, who is really only good on offense, or Absolute A-Force, who is really only good on defense, right? Now, they talked about Elsa Bloodstone and the kit rework that's going to be coming to her. Mostly, it's going to be damage. It's also going to be adding some tags to Elsa when it comes to the Brimstone team, and her ultimate doing more damage based off of allies. Then we also have a pretty awesome mechanic here when it comes to Doctor Strange Heartless, and it's going to be Doctor Strange is going to be able to ult a little bit sooner because he's going to have a pretty awesome effect from Daimon Hellstrom. So pretty awesome, especially if there is a kill, giving extra ability energy, all that good stuff. Very, very awesome, very helpful. Again, they talked about general war offense and war defense here, which is very, very helpful. And then for Daimon Hellstrom here, his special and his ultimate are going to be AoE. He also is going to be a passive that pretty much allows him to go first. And it's very interesting because he's a very fast character, but also it's going to be having an extra effect if he goes first by reducing positive effects by 2. So reducing that duration is really, really amazing. And they did say he was 134 speed. So I pulled up the stats here, and 134 speed does put him at the 3rd fastest in the game. And that is without any passives or anything like that. Now, with passives, it definitely does change. So you see Black Widow at 155, Yo-Yo at 140, Ronin at 137, and then still only 4th, only Ronin goes up above him. So still a very, very fast character. They also talk about the Living Mummy giving speed as well on spawn. Now, my one fear is if they're going to be giving speed on spawn, right? Is that going to be stopped by things like Captain Britain in Crucible? Is that going to be stopped by Emma from Astral, like speed stat? Those kind of things. So I'm kind of curious about that. But what's also very, very cool is Living Mummy is going to have revive, but also he's going to be able to get his revive back with his ultimate, which is really awesome. And then he has a really, really cool mechanic where he's going to be gaining taunt when he has revive as well, which is very, very awesome. I'll show you one of the animations here. Very cool. Let's rewind it for a second here. Very, very cool animations here. This team looks sick, honestly. You see how awesome this animation is, kind of bringing all the sandstorm like APOC did with his. Very, very cool. You see he gains that heal right there. And if we back up a little bit as well, you can see all the positive effects he just got. He gave speed up, it looks like. He got some energy given out there as well. He gave speed up to all allies. He's got dodge, counterattack, taunt, safeguard, revive. A lot of stuff here. It looks like Daimon Hellstrom is getting speed bar as well. So looks like a lot of mechanics being pulled off from his ultimate there, which is really, really cool. And a lot of stuff. You see the giant blue right there, which means Daimon Hellstrom is getting turn meter there. So you can see that is either getting turn meter on kill or he's getting turn meter from the Living Mummy ultimate, whatever that might be. Very, very interesting. I'm curious to see how that's going to work out. And then we have Hellcat as well, who does a lot of things. She's a brawler, and she's also going to be global and skill as well. It's very interesting because she has a lot of ways to shut down, like they just said, problematic characters. She's also pretty fast as well. Her ultimate applies stun on primary, but it's also going to apply stun to pretty much every brawler and blasters, as long as it's with the full team in war, which is absolutely nuts, right? Like, that's really, really strong. And I'm curious to see where that's going to be used and how that's going to be really helpful. and seeing what that's really going to be able to shut down. Very, very cool. She also puts ability block in blind on people that are immune to trauma as well. So things that can really help out, take out Odins that can't get trauma, stuff like that. Very, very cool. I'm very excited for this team, honestly. Normally, war teams, I'm kind of just on because I don't really care about war all that much. But again, we are going to have to build them because we are going to need them for the future chapters, right? We're obviously going to need them. They're going to be whatever, Conqueror's team, whatever it might be. We're going to continue to need them. So we are going to need to build them, which is pretty awesome. It is not the Mystic Raid team that we all thought, which is pretty crazy because I really did think it was going to be the Mystic Raid team, which we really thought was going to be coming because it did look like that was going to be the next team when you looked at the squads tab, be able to see which team was next, and we just replaced the tech team, and then Night Stalkers were going to be next to be released. So we really thought this was going to be the Mystic team. So I would be very, very careful about using your Mystic gear on these characters, especially when it comes to Doctor Strange and Elsa. We also have Daimon Hellstrom as Mystic as well, and then Living Mummy is Mystic as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so he's Mystic as well. So we do have a lot of Mystic on this team, right? So be very careful who you're going to take to Gear Tier 20 because we are going to be having a Mystic Raid team presumably very soon, since Night Stalkers are definitely on the way out, and especially if you want to continue doing the hardest difficulty for raids, because they did put out that new requirement that is coming soon that requires Gear Tier 20 for all of your raid characters to be able to do the hardest difficulty. So be very, very careful on that. And you see, yeah, they are part of the Conqueror team, so we're going to need them for Chapter 2, obviously. But I would be careful putting Gear Tier 20 on them if you don't need to, or if you're not that big into war. I would say Gear Tier 19, let it ride from there. Don't bother going any further. And at the end of the video here, we did get a promo code as well, Fire and Brimstone. I'm going to be plugging that in just 1 second. I do have to log in real quick, and I am actually going to do that right in front of you guys to show you that it does work, I promise. All right, so what you do is go on the top right here, go to player code, and then it is, what was it, Fire and Brimstone, right? Fantastic. I always do all caps just to make it a little bit easier. What you can also do is you can copy it from the description that it does have in the video here. They always put it in here as well, Fire and Brimstone. I've noticed copy and paste does work pretty well, and make sure you are doing this before the code expires on September 26th. Now I am going to redeem it. Watch it not work just to show. Nope, it does. 1,000,000 gold and 25,000 shop credits. So make sure you guys are using that promo code. Get some free gold, get those shop credits that you guys need, and make sure you are staying tuned for more information about the Brimstone team, because they look pretty awesome, honestly. They look like a fun team to use. And I think that's the biggest thing about them, is that I like a team that's fun to use. I don't care if it's just war, I don't care if it's just Crucible. If they're fun and they have cool animations and they have cool interactions and they have some usability outside of their lane, I just find it fun, and they look exciting, and they look like some really cool characters. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, but until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, MSFers.